Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Checking in on Twitter, GoPro X, and CHK. So Twitter bulls, nice follow through. We saw the strong close at the high of the day. Market was weak today. We had the lower open because of that. But the bulls were able to push through as soon as they broke the high of yesterday of 1665. We were looking up to that $17 psychological resistance. We broke that by a couple pennies. And we have the upper Bollinger Band. We did close above that as well. Upper Bollinger Band looks a little odd as it's dropping down so fast, but it will level out for the rest of the week. So we do have a bunch of resistance approaching. We need to be aware of that, but the bulls do have increasing volume. I would be cautious of a potential bearish reversal candlestick, a profit-taking candlestick perhaps tomorrow, depending on how we react to these moving averages, because there's a bunch of them. 1712 and 1724 is the 100 and the 200-day moving average, and we look on the weekly time frame, and we got the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-week moving average. Those are up at 1736 and 1741, so there could still be some potential upside, especially if the market bulls show up tomorrow, and I would be cautious in the 1720s to 1740s to see how we react to these moving averages. Last thing that the bulls want to see is a big upper wick and profit taking, but even if we do see that, we'll look to consolidate and form a higher low somewhere in the mid $16 area. GoPro on the daily time frame also confirming the bullish reversal candlestick, closing over the middle Bollinger Band. This move coming off of the low is not going to be significant, in my opinion, in terms of changing the momentum that does belong to the bears. So even if we do see another day of upside, we are going to top out on this bounce, set another lower high somewhere, and then pull back, and it will be up to the bulls to form a higher low and then see a higher high to change the trend. Because we dropped so significantly over these 4 days, there's no way we're coming right off this low. I shouldn't say no way, but unless there's news or something, coming right off this low and heading back up to these levels of resistance in the low $10 range, we're going to have to build our way up there with higher lows and higher highs. So keep that in mind, but the bulls do have some solid momentum, and if the market bulls do show up again tomorrow, we close strong enough that we should see some further upside as well. It is a bullish candlestick on the weekly time frame. We now have our range set with our high of 1085. Our low of 867. We didn't make it down to that middle Bollinger Band. That was a potential target. We didn't fill the gap on the daily time frame either. So this is due to the correlation of the market, in my opinion, the reason that we're finding support in this area, which really is just floating in space. But it is, well, we could look back here and see previous resistance, 865, 866, and we bounced off of 867. So that's one place to look for that support. But again, it's the correlation to the market, and once the market started bouncing, GoPro went with it. X on the daily time frame, strong close. So I'm not a fan of the weekly chart, as those of you know that follow these videos, but we do still have higher lows on the daily, so I don't like a bearish position unless we lose these higher lows. In terms of resistance, it's 24.95. We came a penny shy today and closed very strong up at the high of the day. Upper Bollinger Band resistance will be a factor tomorrow. If we break 24.95, that will be a good move for the bulls to get that higher high. And on the weekly time frame, there's a decent amount of space. We could look up here to the 50-week moving average resistance that rejected the last price at 27.03. So really it's just the upper Bollinger Band that is keeping the price contained at this point, because after 24.95 there's not much resistance. 26.12 and 27.38 psychological levels in there as well. But in terms of price action and moving averages, there's not much in this space where we currently stand. So we'll see how we react to the upper Bollinger Band. That is going to be a tough level to get over. Likely going to have to see an increase in volume to get over that level and close above it. But that will be a key test to be watching tomorrow. Update that upper Bollinger Band at the open. CHK on the daily time frame, upper wick of profit taking, rejecting from the exponential resistances. Bulls have to close over those levels to see a bounce play out. We are oversold and coming off of oversold, and we're coming up on a bullish MACD cross potentially here. But we have to see follow through and a close over these exponential resistances. Otherwise, the bulls have no momentum. Weekly time frame is forming a bullish reversal hammer. We will have to be watching for the bulls to confirm that with another green week tomorrow or next week if we do see this candlestick. But with 2 trading days left to go, it could go either way. Inventory report for natural gas will probably play a factor tomorrow, and we'll see how we close. So Twitter, GoPro, and X bulls on the daily time frame, all closing strong up near the high of the day. And if the market has a green day tomorrow, we're watching the SPY inside bar. If that gets a bull break of that inside bar, these names are positioned pretty well to see some continuation. We'll see how it plays out and check back in tomorrow. See you then.